And to you, good day.
My name is Yona.
If you say so.
I'm married 40 years. I have 7 children.
Oh, all right.
And I raised them all these years, take care of the household. And my baby is 21 now, and it's time for me. And I have a question.
Yes.
I'm a makeup artist,
Oh, all
and
right.
I'm a real estate agent.
Yes.
And I'm planning of opening in back of my house a restaurant only 3 times a day, Yemenite food,
All right.
for 3 hours a day.
All right. This is part
And-
of your passion, yes?
Yes, and
All
I'm
right.
confused. I wanted to know on which field should I go? Makeup artist, the restaurant.
Why do you only have to do one?
Why do I have what?
Why do you only have to choose one?
Oh.
If they're all expressions of your passion, don't you understand again that the organizing principle of synchronicity will organize them in a way to know in which order to do them, and maybe you can even do more than one at a time? But let synchronicity show you. It will show you what you need to do first, second, third. It will show you.
I'm still waiting for it to show me for the last 3
You
months.
have to start taking action on something for it to show you. You have to take action somewhere. Look, if you have several things that seem equally passionate, they're not always equally able to be acted on. Are they all equally able to be acted on? Can you start all of them equally? Or is one more able to be acted on
It's
than
depends.
another?
It's not up to me. If I will get the job, I will do. Yeah, all of them.
All right. So, as we say, if they all seem equally exciting and they all seem equally capable of being acted on, flip a coin and see which comes up. All right, A, maybe you need a 3-sided coin. B, C, whatever. The thing is, one of 2 things will happen. If you say, all right, A, I'll do this, heads, I'll do that, tails, I'll do that, and maybe something else, if the coin lands on its side, I'll do that. But the idea is, the first thing that might happen when you flip the coin, maybe it'll say A, and you'll go, oh, I really wanted it to say B. Now you know which one has more passion in it. If that doesn't happen and it still seems all equal, then it doesn't matter which one you start first. It's up to you to make that decision. Because again, if it's not the path that you need to start first, synchronicity as the organizing principle will turn you around to the path you actually need to start first. It's the true organizing principle. It will show you what you need to do and what you don't need to do. So start anything, and the situations will evolve to let you know whether keep going or turn around and do something else.
Oh, okay.
It will show you. Remember I said it's a self-guiding system. That's what we mean. It will guide you. It leaves nothing out, including this is the path over here, not this one, this path. Start this one first. It will guide you. But you have to take action on something in order to find out whether to keep going on it or get turned around to something else. It will show you. Does that help?
I see. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Question number 2.
Yes.
I get almost every day or the other day, I see 111, 1111.
Yes. Those synchronicity numbers let you know that when you see those synchronistic numbers, you're saying you're in the correct state right now. Act from that state. Because those are like road signs, they're like road markers. Right now, you're in alignment with your true self, you're on the right path. Act from that state. That's what it feels like. Bang, at that moment, this is what you really feel like. That's what the number is reflecting to you as a synchronistic marker. Yes?
Okay. Thank you very much.
Yes, you're welcome.
Appreciate it.
Hi, Bashar.
And to you, good day.
So my first question is, for as long as I can remember, even before I found your work,
Yes.
every time I look up at the night sky, I look right at Orion.
Oh, all right.
What does that mean?
It means you have strong connections to the different histories and pathways of experience in the old Orion systems that you are now utilizing and drawing from on Earth to transform darkness into light.
Okay, that resonates.
Thank you.
Do I have hybrid children?
Yes.
How many?
Well, again, when we answer that question, it depends upon the amount of genetic material that is in them above a certain percentage that would make them yours. Because the idea is that genetic material is spread among thousands of hybrids. But in general, more than 15% of your genetic material usually only exists somewhere between 15 to 17, maybe sometimes as high as 23.
Wow. So I'm an acupuncturist.
All right.
And
was that a question?
No.
All right.
And nobody really knows where it came from, who or what discovered it. Do you have any information you can share?
It was understood in what you call Atlantean times.
Oh, wow.
It was developed back then.
How long ago was that?
About 20,000 of your years ago.
Wow. Okay.
Now, it doesn't mean that humans didn't understand that there were certain energy meridians on the body before that. We're answering your specific question of when the idea of acupuncture was developed to take advantage of the knowledge of those particular energy meridians in the body.
Okay. And so, but societies have been aware of the meridians
Yes.
for even longer.
Yes. Most likely around 100,000 years or so.
Because the meridians contain light and electricity,
They are light. Yes.
magnetism, all of that.
Yes.
Okay. Is astrology real?
As a permission slip, remember, permission slips is any tool, any technique, any ritual, any object that allows you, by using it, to give yourself permission to be more of who you are. So it's a reflection. It's not a causation. No permission slip is a causation of anything. It's a reflection of the state of your consciousness to help guide you if you are prone to gravitate to that particular permission slip because it aligns with your belief system.
Okay. In terms of financial abundance,
Watch it. Remember what we've already said about abundance, yes?
Okay.
Before you continue that question, did you understand what we already said?
Yes.
Are you going to still ask the question?
Yes.
All right.
Okay. Does saving money energetically represent fear of lack of it?
It depends on the person and why they're doing it, doesn't it? Remember when we said anything can be used positively or negatively?
Yes.
Anything. So the idea of saving money can be a positive act. It can be a negative act.
It just depends on how you feel about it?
It depends on your belief system as to why you're doing it.
Okay.
The feeling may come as a result of the belief system and give you a clue as to why you're doing it and whether it's positive or negative. So you can use the feeling that you associate with it to determine whether you are doing it positively or negatively. Yes?
Yes.
All right. Does that help?
Yes. And
Anything else?
last
Yes.
question. I have really bad insomnia.
You mean really good insomnia?
Yeah, I'm really good
If you had
at
bad insomnia,
That's
you'd
true.
be sleeping.
That's true. I'm really good at staying awake.
All right.
What is that about?
Well, it depends. It could be many different things.
Okay.
We sense from you that you're waiting for some kind of a connection at night. But you're not exactly sure you want to go through the experience that the connection will bring.
A connection with
Some different extra-dimensional sources, extraterrestrial sources.
Oh.
So you're kind of staying awake because in one sense you kind of want to be around when it happens. You don't want to necessarily be unconscious for it. But at the same time, you are also not willing to let go to get into the state where it's most probable that it will happen. So you're kind of between what you typically refer to as humans as a rock and a hard place. You're kind of putting yourself in a neutral state because you kind of want it to happen this way and don't really want it to happen this way, but you do want it to happen knowing that it will most likely happen this way, but you'd rather it happen this way. Is that making some sense?
a little.
All right. So what we would suggest is this.
Okay.
When you lie down in bed, just take a few deep breaths and allow yourself to relax into the idea of letting the connection happen in the way that actually serves everyone best. Just let it happen that way and allow yourself to get used to the idea that it may change over time and you may become more aware of it in different ways. But let yourself relax into the idea that whatever connections are going to happen for the best possible reasons to serve you and everyone involved. And just see if you can relax into that understanding. And once you can allow yourself to relax and you feel yourself starting to drift, allow yourself to ask, just ask, that it happen in a way that allows you more conscious awareness of what's going on, and that you know you will be fine if that is given.
Okay.
All right? Now, do you have a particular affinity for a particular spirit guide?
No.
Are you sure?
What's an example?
Do you have an attraction to a particular thing, a flower, a tree, a name, an idea that you don't really know why you're attracted to it, but you are attracted to it? It just sort of pops in now and then?
Butterfly?
All right. Is that a question or a statement?
It's a statement.
All right. How often do you find that that happens?
That I find that what happens?
That you think of butterflies. Did you answer the question we asked? We said, do you have something that just pops in, you don't know why?
Oh, no, I'm just always drawn to butterflies.
All right, good enough. Then we would suggest that when you lie down and let yourself relax and start to drift, you think of butterflies.
Okay.
That will help you make a bridge and a link to the vibration of a different reality that will allow you to relax into it and get used to it so that you can have more conscious awareness of what's going on, and let yourself go into that third state, that alternate reality state between what you consider to be physical reality and what you consider to be non-physical reality or spirit, so that you can experience the connections that you really do wish to experience more consciously.
Okay.
All right?
Great.
So, butterflies.
Yes.
Any particular color?
No.
Are you sure?
Yes.
All right. Then don't be surprised if a particular color stands out and becomes your symbol.
Okay.
All right? Pleasant dreams. And one other thing. We gave the suggestion to someone else who brought up this subject. How's the humor in your life?
It's good. It's abundant.
Is it?
Yeah.
You laugh a lot?
I do.
All right. We would suggest that as you lie down, you think of things that make you laugh.
Okay.
It will help you let go.
Hello, Bashar.
And to you, good day.
Thank you so much. It's always such an honor.
And it is for us again a passion and a pleasure.
I have a couple of safety and personal growth related questions that I would like to ask you. The first is, I work on ships. I don't have a home base or a car or anything like that.
Yes.
And that was great. But now that that is no longer happening, when I was traveling home a few weeks ago, I began to feel fear about my new life and about the trajectory of that.
All right. And what is it you are afraid of?
I was afraid of, as I was transitioning, of running out of money and resources while the world was on hold, and I wasn't sure what to do.
Well, first and foremost, have you expanded your definition of support and abundance to something beyond the concept of money? Because that is one of the symbols that exists on your planet, but it's not the only expression of abundance.
Yes, I have listened to your definitions, but I suppose I don't trust that yet within myself enough.
All right. Then that simply means you don't understand how reality works.
Okay.
So a deeper understanding, taking time to have a deeper understanding of what the mechanism is that's already creating your reality experience will give you a little bit more of a certainty of how you can allow yourself to more consciously direct it in the way that allows you to know you are supported. Because remember, it's not possible to not be supported, but you will be supported in what you believe is possible for you to be supported in, including the fear of not being supported. So if you hold on to a belief system that says you might not be supported, you will be supported in that belief. Do you see the irony and the paradox there?
I do.
So the idea is to recognize how things work is that it's not possible to not be supported, but you get to decide what you're supported in. And if you decide that it's more real for you to feel that you're not being supported, that's what you get supported in. So it's up to you to decide whether or not you prefer to be supported that way or some other way, because the issue isn't about the idea that you're not supported. The only issue is, how do you want to experience the support, positively or negatively? You get to make that decision, because the mechanism doesn't have a mind of its own, and it won't contradict you when you decide you prefer to be supported in a particular, more positive way.
So I suppose then moving forward, just continuing to follow my highest excitement will get the momentum going. And
Well, don't leave out the rest of the formula, because this is what many of your people do. They always latch on to, oh yes, I'm following my passion, and they conveniently forget the rest of the formula. Do you know the whole formula, all 4 parts?
I believe so. Well,
Can you repeat it?
the next part is following your highest excitement with no expectations on the outcome.
You actually skipped from 1 to 3.
You might have to remind me of 2 and 4.
Part 1 is to allow yourself, yes, to act on your passion as often as you possibly can, to the best you can, until you can act no further on it. That's number 2. Number 3 is no assumption, no insistence on what the outcome should be. Number 4 is remain in a positive state no matter what the outcome is, so that you can receive the benefit from it, no matter how it looks. You have to have the entire formula there, and you have to act on it precisely in order to experience that it's actually working to your advantage. You follow?
You do.
Does that help?
It does. And I suppose just with everything that's going on now, that really it really doesn't matter in a sense, correct?
Exactly. It's how you use it that matters, not what it is that's happening. Because everything that's happening can serve double duty, positive, negative. So it's how you relate to it, how you use it, how you respond to it that matters. That's what makes the difference in your life experience, not what it is. What it is a neutral prop. Something is happening. How do you respond to it? That determines everything about your experience of that particular thing or circumstance or situation.
That's very good. Thank you.
This is how reality works. So that's what we were saying, is you simply have to develop a clearer understanding of how the mechanism actually functions. And when you really have a clear understanding of the A, B, C, D, E, F, G of the mechanism, then all these things answer themselves, because you know how the machine works. And you have the instruction manual, and all you have to do is follow the instructions. And if you do that, the machine will work as advertised to your advantage. Simple as that. It's no more complicated than that. You just have to understand that this is how reality is created by you.
Thank you. I think just with current times, my brain decided that it would forget, with the pandemic or something happening, that somehow the mechanism would change, but it doesn't.
The mechanism never changes. The only thing that changes is your definition and perspective and experience of it. The structure of existence never changes.
Okay.
Yes?
Yes. Yes.
It is only your experience of it, your perspective of it, that changes, and that's what expands creation. Creation doesn't expand in terms of its structure. Its structure is what it is. But you can have an infinite variety of experiences and relationships and definitions of that structure. Yes?
Yes.
Does this help?
It does. I would like to ask one additional question.
Yes.
This has to do with traveling, and now that we've talked a bit on how reality works,
Yes.
it'd be interesting. So I like to travel, and I like to travel on my own, and I
Yes.
like to pick areas that are remote and wild and beautiful. And normally that's okay, but I've run into some challenges that I was wanting to ask you about.
Such as?
The past few months, I was noticing that I would get interactions with people that I didn't prefer. I don't want to say negative just because of what we've just talked about, but I would have an extremely profound, it seemed to always follow this pattern, no matter the country, no matter where I went. So I know it's my projection, but I would have a profound positive connection with the planet, just awe-inspiring, so incredible. And then it would be almost directly followed by something that I didn't prefer that felt very aggressive, either with human, animal, or something like that. And it kept happening. And I was just wanting to ask you.
So what are you trying to teach yourself in terms of how you respond to those things?
That it should just be neutral, really, and that I can take something positive away from it. But at the same time, I felt fear traveling alone and not quite sure how to respond.
Then maybe you need to do a little bit more traveling within first.
Okay.
And structure yourself in a way that you understand more clearly that you have an indestructible core, and that no matter where you wind up or what you experience there, it is all something that can teach you in a way that adds to your understanding of yourself if you use it that way. So there is something there you're attempting to tell yourself about how it is you respond to these things and what it is these things do to your own sense of self-esteem or self-worth.
Okay.
Yes?
Okay. So go within a bit to think about it. Okay.
This is one of the things that this time is for when you have sequestered and isolated yourselves. It's like going into a monastic experience where you get to do a little bit more inner exploration so you can come out the other side more knowledgeable about who you truly prefer to be and how you truly prefer to relate to the things that go on in the world, even if you can neutrally observe that you don't necessarily prefer all of them. It's about learning where you actually live as opposed to what it is you are observing. Because sometimes they are there and drawn into your life to give you an opportunity to see if you've actually changed or if you're just going to react to them in the same old fear-based way. Because remember, the measure of change has nothing to do with whether the outer world changes. The measure of change is whether or not you respond differently, even if things still look the same.
But isn't it kind of an interesting thought that if you're responding differently, you're kind of in a different vibrational state? So maybe those same things that you prefer wouldn't even happen to begin with.
It might not, but the point is you wouldn't care.
Okay.
Because it doesn't matter what happens if you're in charge of your particular vibrational state. Who cares what's happening around you? You haven't gotten to the point yet where you actually don't care.
No, I have not gotten to that point. It will be nice to get to that point.
Well, you can.
Okay.
When you understand again how this works, you will see that you're simply giving yourself an opportunity to recognize what true change is all about, and it has nothing at all to do with the reflection.
Okay.
The reflection can sometimes be a guide to what's going on, and the reflection can and often will change to match the vibration. But if you need it to change, you're missing the point.
Oh, that's good. That makes sense.
That's like saying, I'm looking in a mirror and I'm seeing a frown, but I need the reflection to change before I do. It never will. You have to decide to smile, and yes, then the reflection may have no choice but to smile back. But at that point, you don't really care to look at the reflection anymore because you're smiling anyway, no matter what the reflection looks like. Because it's not about the reflection, it's about you having made a decision and made a choice to be who you prefer to be, regardless of what you saw in the mirror to begin with.
That makes sense.
I know, that's why I said it.